Hello. In last week's newsletter, you saw me play Suckle Rose, and also provided the tabs and the chords and the song in general. And what I want to do today is just analyze the A section, kind of tell you where all those chords are coming from and how to analyze them. Now, the graphics and the lesson I just mentioned is going to be in the link below in the description. So any graphics that I talk about, like chords and stuff and tabs, will be there. So you just refer to that if you're uncomfortable with what I'm talking about. So let's talk about it. The A section of Honeysuckle Rose is in the key of F. Now there's 7 chords in the key of F. F, or F major 7. G minor 7 is what we call your 2 chord. A minor 7 is your 3 chord. B flat major 7 is your 4. C7 is your 5 chord. And then D minor 7 is your 6. And then E half diminished is your 7 chord. Now, the 1 chord in the key of F is F. Anytime you have a 1 chord, you can always put the 5 chord in front of it. For example, I might be playing a song that shows just F. Well, I can put a 5 instead. Or I should say with that. For example, a song might simply go F. Well, I'll go F, C7. So you can always put the 5 chord in front of the 1. Now, not only that, you can always put the 2 chord in front of the 5. For example, if this is a C7, G minor 7 is like this. So anytime you have this C7th chord, you can always put the G minor 7th in front of it, because C7 is your 5, G minor 7 is your 2 chord. Now the reason that works is because C7 and G minor 7 have some notes in common. They both have these notes right here, you see, and they both have a G also. So the 2, 5 back to 1 is the most common chord progression in swing and jazz music. And you hear that in thousands of songs. That's why it's so important. So what I want you to remember, as far as playing it on guitar, I want you to remember that this is C7. Anytime you have that particular fingering, you can always simply do this chord right here, G minor 7. Now I want you to notice I've got this finger on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th string, and this is on the 6th string. That's G minor 7. Now a lot of you might know it like this. That is G minor 7th also, but the problem with that chord is it's got the 6th and the 5th string, so it becomes kind of bottom heavy. In jazz, you almost never have the 6th and the 5th string. It's either or. That's why jazz players and swing players prefer this G minor 7. So you got their root, so you've got that 6th string, but you don't have the 5th string. So that's the 2-5. Learn that because it's in millions of jazz songs. Now, so that's the main progression in the song. Every honeybee feels with jealousy when they see you out with me, and I don't blame them, goodness no. Now, then it has F major 7, F sharp diminished 7, G minor 7. Now, so that F sharp diminished 7 right there, that chord is on the chromatic. The chromatic is that note that's not in the key of F. See, when you have F, F is your 1 chord, G minor is your 2 chord. So that note in between, F sharp, that's what they call a chromatic, meaning it's not in the diatonic major scale. So anytime you have a chromatic scale, you can use the diminished 7th. We can use that as a passing chord. So you hear me, they'll go F major 7, F sharp diminished 7, and then the 2, 5, 1 again. Now at the end of that, it's got a little turnaround where he simply goes to the 3 chord. Then he just slides down a fret, and then which is the note in between the 2 and the 3 chord, and then the 2 chord again. So you got 1 chord. So the song goes like this: 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 1. Here's that F sharp diminished in between the 1 and the 2. 2, 5, 1, 3, just below the 3, back to the 2, 5, and that's the end of the A section. So I hope that helps. If you have any comments or questions, just send them to me. I'll be glad to respond. And next week we'll try to get the B section, which has more chords, and we'll talk about that next time. Hope this helps. Thank you. Bye.